Hey, this is Frontosa, Cichlids and more. In this video we're looking at why I took out the cage for the male Frontosa. Many of you have cages for the male Frontosas, so listen to what I got to say about why I took out the cage for this particular male Frontosa. Stay tuned. So why did I take the cave out for the male Frontosa? Well, when they have a cave, they basically just stay in the cave. They come out just every once in a while to eat, maybe a little bit of swimming around, but not a lot of activity. In this case, I took the male Frontosa cave out to encourage breeding behavior. And right now, he's kind of dancing around the cave that has the female in it. And these caves right here, the female is in those caves right there. And he also can do more swimming behavior, and he'll be more relaxed in an open environment, and there's more room to do the breeding spawning dance. Now in this case, my male Frontosa is named Herman, and he's an amazing alpha Frontosa. And if you're going to enjoy him, you don't want him stuck in a cave. So I kind of got tired of him staying in the cave all the time except for during the feeding time. So I took the cave out so I could enjoy my fish more at all times. But as you can see here, he is doing the little bit of a dance in front of the cave that has a female in it. So I think this will help the breeding behavior so much more. Now I also believe that this will improve his eating habits, both of the male and the female. The female has only one eye, so it's harder for her to target the food. So when there's more room on the floor of the aquarium here on the right hand side, there you see her, as well as on the left hand side, there's more room for them to eat. So improve the eating habits. And later on in this video I'll show you eating some algae wafers, because I had a good question to come up from one of my subscribers. Kelp is in the top of a algae, and they asked me if they would eat kelp. Well, I've actually, the very first food I started feeding my Frontosas years ago, I couldn't get them to eat anything else, was algae wafers. And the algae wafers has been very good for me to supplement their diet with, and they really like them. As you can see, this is a pretty good sized tank for just 2 fish. It's a 4-foot aquarium, 75 gallon. Plenty of room to swim around in for 2 fish. And so the cave was actually about 1/3 of the aquarium, because if you look at Herman over here, Herman's a big fish, so if you have a cave as big as Herman, it was taking up 1/3 of the aquarium. So this is going to give my fish more room to swim around in, and also it will improve filtration, because a big cave like that blocks the flow and basically the flow and the turnover of the aquarium, because it blocks it, and the waste can build up in the actual cave. So not only will there be more room to swim, but there'll be better filtration, better flow, more waste particles going into the filtration. Now as far as filtration, I use a matin filter, which it has a lot of algae on the outside, which is good for nitrate remover. But I also have a spotlight LED. Let me focus in a little bit better here. And basically it uses a red bulb LED for red spectrum, better for growing algae. It's on 24 hours a day. And it does a great job taking out the nitrates. So you can go longer without having to have a water change if necessary. or it just keeps your water in a better shape regardless of how often you do your water changes. Now you'll notice as I pan through the aquarium, the caves happen to be in the center. And that's what I'm trying new this time. Normally I have the female caves on the left or the right side of the aquarium. This time I have it in the center to encourage Herman to swim, the male Frontosa to swim around both sides. Right now he's actually staying on the right hand side, but if he wanted to he could get on the left hand side. So this encourages him to swim around the cave and flirt with changers. I'm going to take a moment to throw in some algae wafers to show you that they will actually eat the algae wafers. And it's a good supplement to keep out their digestive system cleaned out with the algae. It's a good fiber and they get a lot of good nutrients from them. So let's take time to do that. Now the algae wafers I'm using is just from Ken's Fish. Ken's Fish has some pretty good algae wafers. I've tried all brands and I believe these are just as good as the other ones. Plus they're a lot less expensive. There you see Herman gobbling up one, going right for it. Here comes Changer out. Now she may be a little bit hesitant at first. Like I say, it's a little bit harder for her to target the food because of her one eye being only on one side. Of course, so if you have one eye, you only have one on one side. So she only has one eye, so it's been a little bit harder to target feed her. But she's doing good and gaining weight. We'll see if she comes out and gets one. I may have to get one a little bit closer for her, but it looks like she may come out here in just a moment. She definitely smells the food. Let me try putting some here on this side of the cave here. They actually came down over here and she is looking like she's going to go for it. Sometimes it takes them several minutes to get the courage to go out to eat if it's a fish with one eye. They always are prone to attack in the wild. They probably most likely don't make it in the wild if they only have one eye. So we're not getting her to go for it right now, but you can see that she will eventually go for it. He's munching on the one he's got in his mouth. You think he's gotten the second one. So they really like the algae wafers. This is going to help encourage my breeding, encouraging the more of a swimming behavior around the female Frontosa. It's going to give a lot more visual appeal to my aquarium because I get to see my fish more often. It's going to improve the filtration. The flow in the aquarium is going to be much better to get the waste out. It's just overall going to be a better thing for me. Now I'm leaving the cage for the female because it gives her protection and security during the breeding procedures. Now she is trying to go for the algae wafers, but we'll give it a couple more seconds, and then if she doesn't go for it, we'll end the video. Just remember, it may take a while for the male Frontosa to relax from not having a cave, but once they do pretty good. There's male Frontosa Herman there chewing on his algae wafer. Try algae wafers for snacks. They're inexpensive. They're really good nutritional value. Get the digestive system cleaned out. So thanks again for watching Frontosa, cichlids, and more.